YouTube, my name is Mangubat. I'm going to tell you exactly why I own this house at a 7.25% interest rate. And this is during the October 2022 real estate market. And really, it's not that bad. So I own this $1,275,000 home. The interest rate is 7.25, and I own this house at 75% loan to value. So my loan amount is approximately $950,000. And I'm going to tell you why it's not that bad and why it's actually a good deal. So this is the rate, 7.25. My payment, just principal and interest, is about $7,075 per month. So out of that $7,075 per month, the interest is about $5,700 a month, and the principal that I'm paying off is around $731 per month. And I feel like this is a lot of money, but when you look at the mechanics of a deal, it actually is a really, really good deal because I bought a home for $300,000. I put $500,000 in it, built a new house, and now the new house is worth 1.3. So to essentially be paying like $7,000 a month for a $1.3 million house, I don't think is that bad, especially when we've had the highest interest rates over a 10-year period. But when you look at this $7,000 a month payment, it's not really that bad because per the US tax code, an individual can write off up to $750,000 worth of interest on their primary and secondary home. So at $750,000 worth of interest, that's about $54,375 that I'm writing off every single year. And so when you take a tax bracket of, let's just say 35%, at the end of the year when I file my taxes back, I get $19,000 back. So that's a net savings of about $1,585 per month. So my let's just say $7,000 a month monthly payment, to keep the number simple, that is going to be about a $5,400 a month payment, which to own a $1.3 million house is not bad at all, especially a home where I have almost $500,000 worth of equity. So the other option, if you're just looking to go buy a home now, instead of getting a 30-year fixed interest rate at around 7, you can get a 5.5% interest rate, which that saves you about $1,000. It's about $6,000 a month. You see the interest that you're paying per month is only $43.31 compared to $5,700, and you're paying off about $1,000 a month in principal. So at this, $6,000 a month monthly payment, you're still writing off $750,000 a year at 5.5%. So you're writing off about $41,000 worth of interest. So, when you take into consideration the 35% refund that you have for being in a 35% tax bracket, then that's about $1,200 a month. So that $6,000 a month principal and interest payment minus $1,200, $4,800 a year to live in a $1.3 million house. I think that that's a spectacular deal. When in comparison, you can go rent, a one bed with den in a bigger building, and that's about 900 to 1,000 square feet for $5,000 a month. I think living in a 4-bed, 3-bath, 2,300 square feet with top of the line Sub-Zero Wolf appliances and having spectacular rooftop deck for only $6,000 a month is a very good deal. Now the strategy, since right now we're at all-time high interest rates, the way that the Fed works is at this point in time, we're trying to reduce the inflation from 8-9%, the all-time highs, get it back to that 2 to 3%. So basically, the Fed is going to take an overreactive reaction to pump up the interest rates to lower the inflation. And when you look at the market, the history of the economy as a whole, you typically have 2 to 3 to 4 years worth of recessions, and you have 7 to 10 years worth of expansions. So the key is that if you get caught having to pay this rate during the 2, 3, 4 year recession, when the Fed loosens up those rates later on, you can just refinance, do a rate and term refinance when the Fed eventually lowers rates. So the benefit to doing this in a residential mortgage is that the cost of this loan, a $950,000 loan, if you're doing a commercial loan where you have to pay a 1% loan origination fee, that loan would cost you $9,500 just for the loan officer to go and do that loan. But since this is a residential primary residence home, your typical loan origination fee will only be $1,000. So the plan is you're just paying for this high interest rate short term, and the plan is to refinance when hopefully the rates get lower down the road. And even at these rates, paying $4,800 a month for a $1.3 million house is really not that bad. So thanks for tuning in.